Hello, welcome in. It's Shaped by Kate. Today we're going to do a yoga flow for better sleep. So this can be perfect if you maybe just need a little more relaxation throughout the day, or it's the end of the day, you're ready to go to bed, but you're feeling maybe tense or anxious and need a little flow to sort of calm you down. So we won't be doing much movement, so you could even do this on your bed or just on the carpet next to your bed. That way, when you're done with your flow, you can just go right to sleep. So to get started, we're going to find a child's pose. So just taking a humble stance. It can either be normal or wide, depending on how you like that for your knee joints. Hands can either walk forward or hug in by your sides. Breathe in deep here. So let's find an inhale. We're going to reach the shoulders, maybe even slide the fingertips more forward for those reaching them forward. Exhale, find a roundness. Push your body against your thighs, thighs against your calves, calves against the earth. Beautiful. On your inhale, we're going to just roll up through tabletop. So if your hands are tucking in, go ahead and extend them forward. Lift the head. Round at the spine, shoot the top or the back of your shoulders forward. Come through tabletop. And then let's walk our knees back. Slowly just lower our chest down to the earth. Good. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your forehead. And we're just going to sway our hips side to side. Good, now let's bend both of the knees, and we're going to do that same motion, but this time with the legs. So you can sort of walk the knees out more to the imaginary edges of your mat, if you're not on a yoga mat, and sway the feet side to side. Finding this horizontal rotation from our knee joint, and we tend not to do this movement in our day-to-day life, so just releasing any tension built up in the knee and in the hips. Good, find center, release the legs. Bring your palms next to your chest. We're just going to inhale through cobra and slide your forearms forward, finding a sphinx pose. Go ahead and roll the shoulders back, lift the gaze, and if it feels nice, maybe even shoot the chin up to the sky. At any point, you can bring the chin back to neutral position. Just finding a beautiful counter pose from your day-to-day life. So in our life, we tend to be looking down, hunching our shoulders, whether that's doing a hobby like reading a book or playing a game, or just on our work life, being on our phones or computers. So just find that nice counter pose to end your day. Good, maybe bring your gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale, bring the gaze to the other shoulder. Good, bring it back to center. Now we're going to find our half frog pose. So let's bring our weight more to our right leg, right elbow. And you're just going to bend the left knee and just bring as high as what's comfortable. And then lower your chest and head back to the earth and set your forehead on the ground. And I just want you to find relaxation here. So it's going to feel maybe kind of natural to maybe press the knee down or even hug it towards your body. I just want you to find a relaxed position. Now, some of you, this pose is going to feel really easy. The point of this pose is to just sit and relax in an externally rotated hip position. So even if you feel like, oh, I'm not feeling anything, and the point is just to let that hip relax and sort of let the stress melt away. So if you don't feel that, that's great. If you do, kind of a bonus stretch right there. Go ahead and start to deepen your breathing again. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. Let's inhale for 8 counts. So inhale for 1 and 3, 5, 7, and 8. Exhale out, pushing all the air out. Good. You can either keep those same counts for 8 counts in, or you can find a shorter or longer pace. Notice if your thoughts have maybe wandered. Bring it back just to your inhale and exhale, and notice which parts of the body are lifting and which parts of the body are maybe feeling heavier towards your mat. Beautiful. 2 options to come out of this pose. You can keep your head down and just lengthen your leg. If that feels maybe sticky, you can bring the chest up just so there's a little bit of space to lengthen that left leg. Same thing when you bring it to the other side. So we came in from a Sphinx pose. Now we shift our weight to the left side. Bend the right knee. So your inner leg is going to be touching the floor. And then you're going to melt your forehead either on your hands or on the ground. Make any adjustments. So sometimes bringing that knee a lot higher feels better, or bring the knee in line with your hip joint. And let that hip just relax in an externally rotated position. Open and close the jaw. Take your deep inhale in for 8. Exhale out the mouth. Taking this moment to not feel any pressure or need to fall asleep. Just taking this moment to slow down the breath, slow down your movements. Good, let's find 3 to 5 more inhales to exhales. Make them deeper than your normal rhythm of breathing. Beautiful. Go ahead and lengthen your leg. If you need that space, go ahead and lift the chest, then lengthen it. Beautiful. Bring your hands next to your chest. We're going to find one more pose on our belly. So as you inhale, lift up into a cobra. You're going to just reach your hands back for a moment. Point the palms to the earth. And then exhale, set your forehead down on the ground. And you're going to just crawl your hands closer to your body. And then you're going to lift the left side of your body, tuck one arm in, lift the right side of your body, tuck the other arm in, and then keep doing that till your chest and your legs are fully on top of your hands. And your chin just going to be resting on the yoga mat. You can also lift it up. That's going to put a little bit more pressure on the hands. So this is going to have kind of a same feeling of a bind or really constricted, really weighing down against our body. But this is going to help us feel really grounded and really heavy towards the earth. Beautiful. Go ahead and exhale. Slide one arm out, followed by the other. You're just going to bring them back to the sides, back in front of you. And then just to counterpose that length in the arms, we're going to do the same thing, but our arms tucked underneath our chest. So this time, palms open up towards your face, and you're going to tuck your forearms underneath your chest. You can even curl the fingers into a fist. This time, the forehead sets down on the ground. And as you inhale, I want you to inhale your chest into your forearms. Forearms press against the mat. And then find a deep roundness in the shoulders. Beautiful. Release. Bring the hands back next to your chest. Find a quick child's pose. We're going to come onto our backs. Immediately, as soon as you come into your back position, go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Good, and then let's go ahead and find a bind with our knees in our chest. So 2 options: clasp the hands together and just let it hang heavy on your shins. Or you can hook the forearms around your shins, and then hands can come around the elbows, hugging in the thighs to the belly. Wherever you're at, you can add some rocking side to side. Good. Bring the hands to the knees, and we're going to find hip circles. The knees are going to go in opposite direction. And the hands can be used as props, but we're sort of just going to let gravity do its thing. So as you bring the knees out, the knees are just going to fall as wide as your hips and gravity allow. Shoot the knees forward and then let them fall into your chest, back out to the side. Good. Next time knees come into the chest, bring it into the opposite direction. So now shoot the knees forward, circle them around, and then come to your chest. Beautiful. Go ahead and extend one leg. Keep the knee hugging into your chest. And then let it fall to the outer edge. So if it's your right knee, it's going to fall to your right. If you're holding your left knee, it's going to fall to your left. Now we're in that same pose we were in on our belly, but this time on our back. And this time you can add a little bit more activation. So press the hips into your mat and then press the knee into your hand. Hand presses back. Beautiful. Let's bend that extended leg and we're just going to bring our ankle over our knee, finding our figure four. So in your figure four pose, you can keep it here or you can lift that bottom foot away from the earth and hug it into your belly. This is going to release any tension being held in your spine. So if you need a little assistance, your hands can thread underneath your bottom leg. If you don't want your hands, they can just be on your chest or on your side. This also can allow you to find that rocking side to side. Good. Find center if you're rocking side to side. Set the sole of your foot down. Extend your top leg. Reach it to the bottom of your mat. Inhale, hug your opposite knee in. Exhale, thigh comes closer to belly. Inhale, drop it to the outer edge. So if it's your left knee, dropping to the left. Right knee, dropping to the right. Finding our supine half frog. Find activation. So I like to also press my opposite hand into my hip to make sure it's keeping nice and still against the mat. Good. Bring that knee back in. Bend your bottom leg and let's go ahead and just place that ankle above the knee. Find your figure four. Inhale to exhale. Bring that figure four into your chest. If you'd like that rocking side to side, you can add that in. Beautiful. Find stillness. Set your bottom foot down. Extend the top leg. And then let's go ahead and inhale, hug the knees into the chest one more time. And then let's extend them out. And now with our legs extended, we're going to first find a traditional Savasana pose. So extend the legs out and then bring the palms by your side open up to the sky. And at any point from this pose, you can find a variation, especially since we are going to go to sleep after this. So there doesn't really have to be this certain yoga pose for this last Shavasana. You can find any adjustment here that you'd like. Once you do kind of find an adjustment, try to stay there as still as possible. There's sort of this strength in finding stillness that actually tires out the mind and the body. Sometimes we tend to not be able to sleep because we feel we have to keep adjusting our movements. So sort of take that in consideration. If you do make a movement, it's sort of a movement without any thinking or thought. With that being said, I invite you to start either a deep breathing exercise or an Ujjayi breath. So start an inhale through the nose. Keep the lips closed, exhale out the nose, and let's bring that breath to the back of our throat. Inhale in again through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Keep breathing in your Ujjayi breath, finding a little constriction in that breathing. As you keep breathing here, I want you just to imagine sinking into the earth. So maybe think of a favorite nature spot or a favorite sort of spot to lay down. And as you're feeling that sinking sensation, just letting the earth wrap its arms around you. Sort of this gratitude for the earth supporting you in your day-to-day life. Feeling sort of this line dissect the middle of your face, body, and legs. And just letting those outer edges melt towards the edge of your bed or the edge of your mat. All right, let's find our last 3 rounds of breath in our Ujjayi breathing, this time making them as deep as you're able. No thought or really forcefulness to it, just take an inhale as deep as you can. Exhale out the nose. 2 more Ujjayi breaths in and out. Last Ujjayi breath in. Exhale out. Good. Transitioning into your normal breathing. Inhale through the nose. Take an exhale out the mouth. And find your normal rhythm of breath. I leave you here in Shavasana.